Hello everyone. Remember to stay home and stay safe. Hope all had watched the previous videos. Now we have the first lesson from a supplementary book, that is The Lost Child. The Lost Child is one of the famous stories of Mulkraj Anand. This story shows the working of the child's mind. It tells us about a child's great love for his parents. And now, let me narrate the story about this little child who goes to see the village fair in the company of his father and mother. Just like all the other children, he is attracted by different things in the fair: the balloons, the merry-go-round, the toys, and the colorful eatables. He kept pestering his parents to buy him something or the other, but they denied his request. By chance, the child gets separated from his parents. He is startled, runs here and there, shouting and looking out for his parents, hoping to find them somewhere around. But all in vain. A kind man who saw the little boy crying tries to console him. He takes him to different shops and asks him to buy anything he likes. But the child kept weeping and had lost his interest in everything. All that he cried was for his parents. The words that he kept uttering were, "I want my mother, I want my father." Before we move into the lesson, let's get familiar with the author. Raj Anand was born on 12th December 1905. He was a pioneer of Anglo-Indian fiction. His works are remarkable for their depiction of poorer castes in a conventional Indian society. One of the first Indian writers in English who gained international readership with his first novel, Untouchable, published in 1935. Notable works include The Village, Coolie, and The Private Life of an Indian Prince. He is an author whose every book is highly recommended. He left for the heavenly abode on 28th September 2004. And that's it about our author Mulkraj Anand. The theme of the story, The Lost Child by Mulkraj Anand, are that of desire, connection, kindness, materialism, acceptance, desperation, and security. The story is said to be in the third person by an anonymous narrator. From the beginning, the story's reader feels that Anand describes the theme of desire. The story is based on the theme of the close bond that children share with their parents. The lost child forgets all about his desires and yearns deeply for his parents when he fails to find them. Everything else loses its significance, and the only thing that matters is his wish to be reunited with his parents.
The story of the lost child by Mulkraj Anand is about a young boy's innocence and his bond with his parents. It is a bright spring day. There is a fair going on, and everyone in and around the village is travelling to partake of the delights of the fair. Among them is a young boy. He skips and runs happily alongside his parents as they walk to the fair. There are many people travelling along with them. Some of them are moving in bullock carts or horses, while most of them are walking to the fair. The boy's excitement grows as he sees all the people around them. On his way, he sees a toy shop. He loudly proclaims that he wants a toy. His father looks at him sternly. To divert the child's attention, his mother draws his attention towards the mustard fields. There is a vast field of golden yellow mustard fields, and its color excites the boy. The field is also filled with butterflies. The boy is fascinated by the butterflies. As they fly close to him, he tries to catch some of them, but they elude him. His parents call out to him to join them. They have taken shelter in a shaded grove. As soon as the boy enters the grove, a shower of flowers greets him, and he holds out his hand to catch the petals. The boy looks around in wonder, taking in all the sights and sounds of nature. From the grove, they travel along a narrow path to the fair. From the serene world of nature, the boy enters the world of the fair. Its cacophony, sights and smells fascinate and repel him at the same time. The boy stops in front of a sweet shop, tempted by the delightful display of sweets. He wants a barfi, though he knows his parents will not buy it for him. As they walk on, he is attracted by the beautiful garlands of gulmohar in the next shop. Though he wants one around his neck, he knows his parents will call it cheap and refuse him. Brightly colored balloons on a pole greet him next. He stops and gazes at the bright balloons floating in the air. He knows his parents will tell him he's too old to play with them. So he moves on to where a snake charmer is playing his flute. He wants to hear the music, but he knows his parents will forbid it. Finally, he reaches the giant wheel. His eyes shine at the giant wheel, keeping on turning with its brightly colored lights and people laughing and shouting. He cannot contain himself any longer and clamors to get on it, but his parents do not reply. He turns around, but his parents are not with him any longer. Frightened, he starts howling. He runs here and there trying to find his parents. There are tears in his eyes, and his clothes become dirty. He notices a temple around which many people are gathered. He hopes he can find his parents there, but there are too many people, and he cannot see them. A kind stranger rescues him from the stampede of people. The stranger asks the boy who his parents are, but the boy cannot tell him. He only repeats that he wants his mother and father. The stranger then takes him to the roundabout and asks whether he wants a ride, but the child doesn't want one. The stranger then takes him to Snake Charmer, asking him if he wants to hear the music, but the child closes his ears, crying for his parents. He shakes his head at the pretty balloons. He refuses to put a garland around his neck. Finally, the stranger takes him to the sweet shop. But the child cannot be consoled by the sweets. He continues to cry for his parents.
Hope you had understood the story. Thank you.